What's up, San Antonio Spurs fans? My name is Indomitable Will, and we are here for week 1 of the second Wi-Fi season of EDC Ignite. And we are taking on Hutch, and you can see our teams on the screen. I'm bringing the Iron Hands, the Primarina, the Quillfish, the Zoroark, Hisui, the Sandaconda, the Excadrill, and my opponent, Hutch, is bringing Pheasantipity, Slitherwing, Zapdos, Heatran, Iron Boulder, and Toedscool. So my Terra Captain here is Primarina, and he did not bring one. As you see, we have like an eject button, Sandaconda into Excadrill strategy. By the way, this is being post-commed because my mic was not working during the live commentary, so this is the best I can do, unfortunately. And yeah. So let's get right into this battle here, as we're like picking our teams. I can go over a little bit what my thought process was. So Scarf, Terra, Fairy, Primarina is just a nuke button. Like, even Heatran and Pheasantipity are the switch-ins to it. So basically the idea was to get in Sandaconda on the Pheasantipity, activate Sand Spit, and then eject button out. So he's going to lead off with the Zapdos, and we are just going to lead off with the Terra Primarina. Because we're Choice Scarf, we can just safely launch off a Terra Fairy Moonblast here. Of course, we are going to be revealing that we're Scarf right away, which isn't great, but, you know, it's definitely what I think has to be done, as Primarina can just punch a hole through this Zapdos. So we're going to Terra right off the bat. And we're just going to click Moonblast. It's going to do a clean 85% to this thing. We're going to take some Heat Wave damage. That's fine. Now, nothing really wants to switch in on a Moonblast except Fez or Heatran. So I have a feeling one of those Pokemon is about to come out here. And I have a good feeling it's going to be the Fez. So my idea here is to just Moonblast it, see how much damage I do with Moonblast, and then we do see the Fez come out, so I am just going to Moonblast it, get a little bit of chip off. That does a nice around 20%. That's solid damage. We're going to go into Sandaconda here, and I predict the Pheasantipity is going to U-turn, and a little fun fact about eject button is if it triggers before U-turn, it stops the U-turn from happening. So, like, U-turn will deal its damage, but it won't get the switch out effect. So we're going to go into Sandaconda expecting the U-turn, because obviously I'm not staying in with turn. So he tries to get momentum here with U-turn, which is going to activate Sand Spit, and it is going to activate our eject button, which, that means this is huge. This means Excadrill can just come in on the Pheasantipity, and we can go immediately for the Swords Dance. Of course, Pheasantipity, being weak to both of Excadrill's stabs, does not want to stay in here by any means, so we're just going to Swords Dance. You see me hover Aerial Ace there, and what I was thinking was, if the Zapdos comes in, I want to kill it and not miss, but I couldn't risk getting Static Parrot here. But I am just going to go for the Swords Dance on the Pheasantipity, as this is a very, very free Swords Dance. Because I'm Sand Rush, like, it's going to be super, super hard for the Fez to do anything to me, so we are going to see the Zapdos come back in. And, well, I'm just going to get a Swords Dance off. So now I'm a +2 Excadrill. I have Earthquake, Rock Slide, and Aerial Ace on this, which is super effective against all 6 Pokemon that my opponent brought. However, now you're going to see the Rock Slide misses. That's not good. Heat Wave is going to do a lot to us. Like I said, Excadrill one-shots everything on my opponent's team, especially because in the sand we are faster than Iron Boulder. But Rock Slide missing is not great for us, and here it happens again. And we are just going to lose our Excadrill to it, which is very, very unfortunate because Excadrill was my win con, my intended win con, and had I hit one of those 2 Rock Slides, it was a 1% chance to miss both. Had I hit one of those 2 Rock Slides, I would have been in a much, much better position, as Excadrill would have been primed to sweep while the sand was still up. As it was +2 and one-shot everything on my opponent's team, he would have had to go into his, I believe, his Heatran, and if it's Balloon, stall out the sand turns. I'm just gonna go Iron Hands as he goes Pheasantipity. So here I'm thinking I just want to get an Ice Punch off, maybe on the incoming Toedscruel, as nothing really wants to switch into an electric move here besides the Toedscruel. So I go for the Ice Punch, predicting the Toedscruel. Out comes the Slitherwing. And based on that Ice Punch damage and the fact that we take Rocky Helmet here, this is his designated check to Iron Hands, so we are just going to go into the Sandaconda because now that Excadrill is gone, Sandaconda's not much use to me. And yeah, the best I can do is get rocks out of it, or something along those lines. So that's what we're going to be going for here. I also don't want to take a Will-O-Wisp on the Iron Hands, because Slitherwing, for whatever reason, does learn Will-O-Wisp. Anyway, I'm going to go out into Sandaconda. He's just going to Earthquake. That's going to trigger the Sand Spit, get Sand back up, do a little bit of chip, which is nice, the chip over time. I'm just going to I'm going to get up my Stealth Rock here. Just use this as an opportunity to set up the rocks to potentially win with Zoroark or Prim in the back. As he's just going to Morning Sun. The Morning Sun is going to heal less due to the Sandstorm. We're just going to get off a Stealth Rock here. That's good. Basically, now Sandaconda's job is just to disrupt as much as possible now that Excadrill is gone. So we're using it to Stealth Rock, Glare things, and then Edgequake is pretty solid coverage against the rest of this team. So yeah, we're just gonna Glare. So now Slitherwing is not faster than things like Prim if the Choice Scarf gets knocked off. We're just going to click Stone Edge because at this point I've kind of accepted that Sandaconda is going to go down. As we miss the Stone Edge, that's not as impactful as the Rock Slide misses because he can just Morning Sun. However, it's still a little bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. As you see, we are going to connect one here, and it didn't do a whole lot of damage. And he's just going to Morning Sun the damage off anyway. So, we basically had to sack Sandaconda here for no good reason. We are just going to get another Stone Edge off, though. take this thing down into yellow. It is going to Morning Sun, or it is going to get paralyzed, and now I predict this thing to Morning Sun, so I'm going to go out into Prim on this thing's Morning Sun, because now I am in a spot where I have to force something in to take a hit from the Terra Prim. Surf would probably be my most logical play here. I'm going to go for the Psychic. I think Fez is going to come in because it did the first time. However, I should have just clicked Surf because Heatran could also come in. I mean, this is a fighting type, so it was very obvious that he was probably going to switch in Heatran here, but I went for the Psychic on the off chance Fezandipity comes in again because I thought he would go Heatran the first time seeing me locked into Moonblast, and he went into Fez, so I thought he was going Fez this time, so I locked into Psychic for that reason. But we are going to just click the Psychic as he withdraws, and he is going to withdraw into Jogo, which is going to be the Heatran, and now I kind of wish I clicked Surf. But with both of my ground types gone, Heatran could just safely come in, but we do get rid of the Air Balloon. Sandaconda's not gone yet, but it's effectively gone at this point. I'm just gonna sack Sandaconda off here. I have a feeling this thing's gonna go for like Flash Cannon. But no, he gets his rocks up. I don't majorly care about rocks here. I'm just gonna go for the Earthquake. I don't have speed though, and Lava Plume is just gonna take me out. Which is gonna trigger Sand Spit once again, getting some nice chip on stuff. But I'm gonna go into Prim now. And I'm just gonna click Surf. Surf is going to do a lot even to the incoming Fezandipity, so that's just what we're gonna go for. I'm hopeful that 2 Surfs plus Sandstorm damage will take it out before it gets the chance to roost. So he's gonna withdraw the Heatran. In comes the Toedscruel, actually. So we're gonna Surf. It's not gonna do a whole lot, but it will do solid damage to this Toedscruel. I really thought that Fez was gonna come in there, so it's a little unfortunate being locked into Surf now, but that's fine. Like, he still doesn't have a water resist on his team anymore, so you're just gonna go for another Surf. He's gonna get a Spike off. Hazards are a little bit annoying for me because Excadrill is gone, even though I didn't have Rapid Spin on it to begin with. But we are just going to take this Toedscruel out with our Primarina here. As we're just going to click Surf and take the Toedscruel out. So Primarina's going to take some Sand Chip, which is fine. And we are now going to see the I believe the Fez comes in here. Yeah, it's the Fez. Okay, so now we're gonna see the Fez. And at this point, Primarina is not super helpful to me, because both of my checks to that thing are gone. I probably should have gone Quillfish in the first place, but I did not think Surf would ever kill this thing, so there's gotta be a reason he wasn't going into it before though, so maybe it did, but I'm gonna get an attack drop as he's just gonna roost off. Yep. And Sandstorm's gonna go away. I don't know what you want to do to me here. I'm guessing you want to Moonblast. I'm just gonna go for the Poison Jab. He U-turns out. That's fine. I thought Pain Split was my play there, not gonna lie, but he goes out into Heatran. I'm gonna Poison Jab, but it doesn't affect Heatran. And I'm just gonna click Pain Split because there's not much else Quillfish can do to this thing. I don't want to get burned with the Flame Body, so I'm just expecting like a Myth Power or something, but instead Lava Plume and he gets the burn, which the burn makes Quillfish like irrelevant here, but that's not nearly as bad RNG as the double Rock Slide miss, but it still puts me in a precarious position because it just makes my winning chances even smaller. He's gonna Lava Plume. It's not gonna do a whole lot, but I'm just gonna crunch, get some damage on this Heatran, and now the burn plus another Lava Plume should take me out here. And yeah, now that the Fez is roosted, it's much harder for me to break through it. So unfortunately, that's where we're at this point in the game. Heatran's going to take out Quillfish here. And I am going to go into my Zoroark, which will be disguised as Prim, but he's already seen that Prim is Terra, so he knows this will be Zoroark, but I am just going to Shadow Ball, as that is going to take the Heatran out here. Zoroark is very strong, so it would not surprise me if Shadow Ball just straight up killed from here. I believe it does. And yeah, that's what we are about to see. And yep, we go for the Shadow Ball. It does just take the Heatran out. And now I believe Fez comes in here. And on the Fez, we are going to, I believe, Nasty Plot. Yep. Fez comes out here. And Fezandipity is not known for being a strong Mon, so we're just going to get a Nasty Plot off. Because I don't think anything on this Fezandipity can one-shot me. It doesn't get Dark-type special coverage, and I believe its only physical Dark-type move is Beat Up, which Beat Up is not going to do anything to my Zoroark right now. So I'm going to just... Okay, so now Fez is going to just Moonblast me. I'm at +2 with the Zoroark. You're going to see my illusion wear off here, but we are just going to go for the Hyper Voice, which I believe should take the Fez out at +2. If it doesn't, it's going to do a massive amount of damage, which is what we're aiming for with the Zoroark here. I do want to keep Zoroark alive because I have Shadow Sneak for the boulder in the back, but Shadow Sneak I don't think will ever kill the boulder, but it is just a nice bailout button to make sure that boulder doesn't actually sweep us. So we see the Fez, and we are just going to click Hyper Voice. +2 Hyper Voice. I do get a crit, but that crit doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things because either way, Primarina was in a prime position to take out the Fezandipity here. So ideally, my play would be to just flip turn and finish this thing off with a flip turn. But I believe now I'm actually in Torrent range due to the hazards, so I'm just going to click Surf. And except if the Iron Boulder is booster speed that I likely lose, because now the Excadrill, which was my answer, and the Zoroark, which was my bailout button against that thing, are both gone. But yeah, Primarina is going to take out the Fezandipity, and we see the Iron Boulder come out, and its booster energy is going to activate the Quark Drive. Speed is going to be heightened. We're locked into Surf. I kind of needed this thing alive to deal with the Iron Boulder here, but I could not risk. And the crit's gonna happen, but I don't think that crit mattered. But it's still gonna take out Prim. We needed the Prim alive to deal with Slitherwing, but I couldn't justify going into Iron Hands there, as Iron Hands can still live a hit from the range it's at, and we kind of needed to bank on Iron Hands' bulk here. So he's going to go for an Earthquake. It's not going to take me out, and we are going to go for an Earthquake back, and it is going to take him out. So nice little trade on the boulder, but unfortunately, because our Excadrill is now gone, or because of the Rock Slide misses, this is putting us in a position to where Iron Hands is just going to lose to the Slitherwing. So we're going to go for a Thunder Punch. It does respectable damage, and maybe if we get a Para, we can still win, but we don't, so Earthquake is going to happen. It's going to take us out, and that's our week 1 of EDC Ignite. We probably should have won this game, but the RNGs said no,